MMA Now, powered by Film On TV Network.
I'm David Cannon with MMA Now TV, and right now we're not joined with the MMA superstar. We're joined with the NFL pro player from the LA Rams, Rodger Saffold. How you doing?
Doing good, doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Could you make heavyweight in the UFC at 265?
Man, I have no idea, man. I mean, guys are so vicious in there, and they really look big on TV. You know, I'm a pretty big guy myself, but
How much
I don't
you weigh
know.
right now?
I'm 6'5", 315.
Wow, that'd be a tough cut to get to 265.
Yeah, that would be rough. That would be rough.
Can you imagine yourself in there with like a Cain Velasquez and the big boys, or like Stipe Miocic? You're from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
The first ever heavyweight champion from Cleveland as far as MMA goes is Stipe. You've been an MMA fan for a while. What drew you to the sport?
Well, basically, I just like, the violence of it. I mean, in my sport and football, there's a lot of violence as well. So, like, being able to go ahead and see it, firsthand and see these guys, working. I mean, it may look like these are just little hits, but they sound like explosions when you're at the fight. You know what I mean? And I think that's what makes it, so awesome. And, basically these guys are both professionals. So, you hope that nobody gets injured or anything, but just, hey, that's just part of the deal. It's like you got to have the will to fight. And I think that that's what we have to have. We have to have a little bit of dog in us in order, to play a great game. Now, being in the ring, if I'm not beating you within the first minute, I'm too tired. I'm going to be gassed. Because I just don't have the training of just flipping people and throwing bodies. And, I know everybody thinks that, hey, they're not doing anything on the fence. That takes a lot of work to try to, like, muscle somebody into position, especially when you're doing the 5-minute rounds. Oh, my God. By round 5 in these championship matches, these guys are completely gassed. And I'd be like, all right, I had fun. I'll see you guys.
So you would verbally tap.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, I'm good, man. Thanks for the workout.
Now, what's the worst fight you've seen? You've probably been in training camp. What's the worst fight you've seen? And tell us a story about a fight you've been in training camp or during the game.
The worst fight that I've seen has been in training camp has been when we had our fight against Dallas. We came to just, practice, try to be good sports and go through everything in practice. And then things got a little bit out of hand. People got chippy here, people got chippy there. And then it turned into a Braveheart scene. I mean, there are people running from other sides of the field. People are getting tackled and punched and thrown and jumped and all this stuff. I mean, that was absolutely ridiculous. That was crazy. That was crazy for me.
And you were in it.
No, actually I wasn't in it because I didn't practice that day, so I didn't have a helmet on. I'm not dumb either. Guys got a helmet on. You punch him, he got a helmet, and then you get punched in the nose, right, in the face. You get tackled. I mean, especially when you don't have a helmet on, you're gonna get swarmed. Like, you're gonna get swarmed and stomped out. So
they're gonna go after you. You're like, oh, he doesn't have a helmet on.
He doesn't have a helmet on. I gotta come after him. Now, it may take 4 or 5 guys. Like, I'm not gonna go out here and say I'm some punk, but yeah, I can't lie and say I was in that one. But
so you were on the sidelines for that. You saw.
Yeah, that was crazy. I remember watching.
I think I saw it on ESPN. It made national news.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it seems that that's happening more and more when these teams try to practice with one another. Turns into a big MMA brawl. People getting kicked and punched. And all
I think there's 2 teams. I don't know if it's the Packers or someone else, or they said they're not going to practice together because it doesn't go well when these 2 teams practice.
Yeah. I'm not sure what teams. I know that there was a big brawl though between Houston and the Redskins.
Right.
That was a big one too, and that one also hit ESPN. So I mean, I think it's like I said, it's just you treat these guys like your brothers. You guys work out together. You do everything together. You're trying to get good work in. The coaches have a good idea. Hey, why don't we just scrimmage against each other? And it's good work. Of course it is. But then next thing you know, tempers fly. It starts getting hot. Somebody may have chipped somebody here or knocked somebody down they weren't supposed to, and then it's like, all right, it's on.
So what's the worst fight you've been in personally?
Shoot. I think it was back in my rookie year in training camp. That one was pretty bad. We had our running back was Steven Jackson at the time. And if you mess with Jack, we had to come after you. And it was just a huge brawl. Once we saw Jack in the middle of the fight, it was just like, all right, everybody go in, and then everybody's getting pulled off each
What
other
team
and
was
people
it
trying to
against?
slam.
Do you remember?
No, it was actually against ourselves.
Oh,
This was
okay.
against ourselves. This was literally in training camp my first year. I remember seeing that, and I'm just like, I see all my linemen going there, and they're going at it. So I'm like, okay, I have to go in. And then I went in there, and then we're just scrapping, and everybody's getting slammed and throwing people left and right. The good thing is we were able to get it under control, and everybody hugged it out after.
Well, let's talk a little UFC 200. You were out there and had to come in and out, but you actually talked with Miesha Tate after the fight the following day. What was that conversation like?
She is a great competitor. Miesha Tate is a great competitor, and just for her to still come out there and show her face and be able to just hang out like a normal person after such a fight, like that was huge for me. So I'm definitely a Miesha Tate fan, and she's just, you could just tell that she was down, but she was not out by any means. She's already talking about getting back up there and training and doing all those. So I just have tons and tons of respect for her, and for me, it was just cool to be able to sit down and talk with somebody who has to do kind of the same things that I have to do. You have to have that mental stability. You got to be able to have that warrior mentality, and you got to keep fighting. I mean,
Was
same
there
thing.
anything she relayed to you about Amanda Nunes at all?
I heard that it was just like that one hit was just serious. Like that was a big one. That was a big blow. And I know that she was continuing to fight. She told me she was going to continue to battle, and just didn't come out on top. And that happens. I understand that happens. There's been huge hits where I'm just like, how is this person still up? But once again, it's that warrior mentality. Like, unless I'm unconscious, I'm not stopping.